In this video, I'm going to talk about a serious disease that can affect your dog and how you can protect them from it. Hi, my name is Nate and I'm a pet lover just like you. Recently there's been a lot of talk about a serious disease called heartworm which can affect our dogs. In this video, I'm going to talk about what heartworm is, how your dog can get it, and most importantly, what you can do to protect them. So sit back, relax, and let me teach you everything you need to know about this deadly disease. How do dogs contract heartworm? Heartworm disease is a serious and potentially fatal condition that affects dogs. The disease is caused by heartworms, which are long, thin worms that grow to be up to a foot in length. Heartworms live in an infected dog's heart and blood vessels, transmitted through mosquito bites. When a mosquito bites an infected dog, it ingests heartworm larvae. These larvae then develop into infective heartworms, which are capable of infecting other dogs. Once inside a new host, the heartworms mature and begin to reproduce. If left untreated, heartworm disease can cause severe damage to the heart and lungs, and it can eventually be fatal. Fortunately, heartworm disease is preventable with routine vaccinations. However, if your dog does become infected, there are treatment options available that can save its life. How did my dog get heartworms? The disease is caused by parasitic worms that live in the heart and lungs of infected animals. Adult heartworms can grow up to a foot in length, and they produce large numbers of offspring, known as larvae. These larvae are transmitted to other animals through the bites of mosquitoes. Once inside a new host, the larvae travel to the heart, where they mature into adults. Heartworm disease is most commonly found in dogs, but it can also affect cats, ferrets, and other animals. The best way to protect your pet from heartworm disease is to have them test for the infection regularly. Blood tests are the most common method of testing for heartworm disease, and they are typically performed by your veterinarian. If your pet tests positive for heartworm disease, there are treatments available that can eliminate the infection. However, it is important to catch the disease early, before it has a chance to do serious damage to your pet's health. Most common contracts: infected mosquito bites. Infective larvae are transferred to a dog's body through mosquito bites. These larvae mature and reproduce in the dog's heart, resulting in heartworm infections. Dogs with heartworm infections may cough, have difficulty breathing, and eventually die. Infected animals can also spread the disease to other dogs. Treatment for heartworm infections is available, but it is important to prevent mosquitoes from biting dogs in the first place. The best way to do this is to use a mosquito repellent specifically designed for dogs. There are many different brands of mosquito repellent on the market, so talk to your veterinarian about which one is right for your dog. What are the symptoms of heartworm in dogs? Heartworm is a severe lung disease caused by adult worms that live in the heart and blood vessels of dogs. The infection is difficult to treat and can be fatal. Heartworm is most commonly found in dogs, but it can also infect other animals, including cats, wolves, and coyotes. Symptoms of heartworm disease include coughing, fatigue, weight loss, and difficulty breathing. In severe cases, the worms can block the arteries of the heart and cause heart failure. If you suspect that your dog has a heartworm infection, it is important to take them to the vet for a diagnosis. Treatment typically involves giving the dog medication to kill the worms and help relieve symptoms. In some cases, surgery may also be necessary to remove the worms from the dog's body. Heartworm prevention is important for all dogs, as even a single worm can cause serious health problems. There are many products available that can help prevent heartworm infections in dogs. Talk to your vet about which one is right for your dog. What are the first signs of heartworms in dogs? Heartworm disease is a serious threat to dogs, and it can be difficult to spot the symptoms. The best way to protect your canine companion is to be on the lookout for signs of trouble. One of the most common symptoms of heartworm disease is a sudden loss of energy. If your normally lively dog suddenly seems tired and lethargic, it could be a sign that something is wrong. Other symptoms include coughing, trouble breathing, and weight loss. If you notice any of these signs, it's important to take your dog to the vet right away. With prompt treatment, heartworm disease is often curable. However, if it goes unchecked, the disease can be fatal. Don't take chances with your dog's health. If you suspect heartworm disease, make an appointment with your vet immediately. The dangers of heartworm infection and the symptoms. The infection is caused by a parasitic worm that grows in the heart and lungs, causing damage to the heart and lungs and eventually leading to heart failure. Symptoms of heartworm infection include coughing, difficulty breathing, lethargy, and weight loss. If left untreated, heartworm infection can be fatal. Heartworm treatment is available, but it is expensive and often requires multiple treatments. Prevention is the best way to protect your pet from heartworm infection. There are a variety of heartworm prevention products available for both dogs and cats. These products work by preventing the heartworm larvae from developing into adults. Many heartworm prevention products also protect against other parasites, such as fleas and ticks. Talk to your veterinarian about which heartworm prevention product is right for your pet. Can heartworm be prevented and, if so, how? The good news is that heartworm can be prevented with the help of medication. There are a variety of heartworm preventatives available, and the best one for your pet will depend on their individual needs. Some heartworm preventatives require a prescription from a veterinarian, while others are available over the counter. The American Heartworm Society recommends using a heartworm preventive year-round, even in areas where heartworm is not commonly found. This is because heartworm can be transmitted to your pet by an infected animal, even if there are no mosquitoes present. In addition, heartworm preventatives help to keep your pet healthy by preventing other parasites, such as roundworms and hookworms. By taking these simple steps, you can help keep your pet safe from heartworm disease. Can heartworm in dogs be cured? While heartworm can infect both dogs and humans, it is much more common in dogs. If left untreated, a heartworm can cause serious damage to the heart and lungs, and eventually lead to death. The good news is that heartworm can be effectively treated in most cases. The standard heartworm treatment involves injecting a chemical into the dog's bloodstream that kills the adult heartworms. This treatment is usually successful in eliminating heartworms, but it can be very dangerous for the dog if not done properly. In addition, heartworm treatment can be very expensive, so it is important to make sure that your dog is regularly vaccinated against heartworm infection. The most dangerous, adult heartworms. Adult heartworms are the most dangerous. Adult worms can grow up to 12 inches long and live inside the heart and blood vessels of an infected animal. They cause serious damage to the heart, lungs, and kidneys. Adult worms also produce thousands of microfilariae, immature worms, that circulate in the bloodstream and can infect other animals. A dog can become infected with heartworms through a bite from an infected mosquito. Once inside the body, the worms mature and reproduce, causing serious health problems. Heartworm disease is fatal if left untreated, so it's important to take steps to prevent your dog from becoming infected. Do dogs need heartworm medicine? Heartworm disease is a serious and potentially fatal condition that affects dogs. The disease is caused by parasitic worms that grow in the heart and lungs of infected dogs. Heartworm disease can cause a variety of symptoms, including coughing, difficulty breathing, and exercise intolerance. In severe cases, heartworm disease can lead to heart failure and death. While there is no cure for heartworm disease, early detection and treatment are critical to the health of affected dogs. Furthermore, heartworm disease is preventable through the use of medication. Dogs who are not on heartworm prevention medication are at risk of developing the disease if they are bitten by an infected mosquito. For these reasons, it is important for dog owners to talk to their veterinarian about heartworm disease and whether or not their dog needs heartworm prevention medication. Are there any other parasites that can affect dogs in a similar way to heartworm? Canine heartworm disease is a potentially fatal disease caused by parasitic worms that live in the dog's heart. While heartworm is the most well-known of these parasites, other types can also affect dogs. For example, lungworm is a type of parasitic worm that can cause respiratory problems in dogs. Another type of parasite, called a whipworm, can live in the dog's intestine and cause diarrhea. These parasitic diseases can have serious consequences for dogs, and pet parents should be aware of the symptoms and treatment options. If you think your dog may be affected by a parasitic infection, it is important to consult with a veterinarian as soon as possible.